Coming up on New England Dream House, innovative ideas have turned a problem apartment into a showcase for great art. We'll explain why an artist is doing this to a new bench. And it's easy to make a beautiful evergreen arrangement. We'll show you how. Welcome to New England Dream House. I'm Latoya Edwards in for Beth Shelburne. This week's Dream House in Boston has been totally redone from floor to ceiling. Now it's bright, beautiful, and shows off an impressive art collection. Beth Shelburne has more.
This week's Dream House in Boston is a chic, stylish city apartment full of contemporary art. Owner Steve Williams says it looked very different when he showed it to his partner and their designer, Philip Miller.
They both said, "Oh, you cannot buy this apartment. It needs tons of work and it will never be glamorous."
Once Steve bought the place, Philip and his firm American Dural made big changes, starting with the first room you see as you enter the apartment.
We blew out the wall straight ahead, we eliminated a bedroom, and created sort of a large entry space.
The room was inspired by one he'd seen in a famous New York apartment. The room is part foyer, part dining room.
It's where they can sit a larger group of people, say 8 or 10 or 12 people, at a table to dine.
The room is also a showcase for some remarkable pieces of art. Steve is a doctor who also has an undergraduate degree in art history. He especially likes contemporary art.
It wasn't terribly expensive as we collected it, but has gained significant value over time.
Philip says he sees new things in this Reed Anderson piece every time he looks at it.
The piece is folded into parts and cut out, and so you see most of the same elements on both sides. Of course, I love that it's a New Yorker cartoon.
This Mark Fox piece is also challenging to the eye.
This is a laser cut piece, a lot of intricate little cut images and separately colored. You can look at this piece forever and find things.
It's meant to be a cross-section of all the things in the artist's mind when he made it. Since the room has 3 strong entrances, Philip found a clever way to hide another door leading to a butler's pantry.
We just cut out the door from the wall and papered the door just like the rest of the room.
Behind the door are shelves for Steve's dish collection.
I like unique plates and unique serving pieces.
A hallway full of architectural detail leads to the more public rooms to the left of the entry room. Steve enjoys cooking in the perfectly planned galley kitchen. Since the building doesn't allow gas appliances, he was pleasantly surprised by the European induction stovetop.
A lot of chefs have determined recently that induction may be better to cook on than gas because there's greater fine-tuning. So cooking on that stove is really lovely.
Philip was able to save money on the kitchen floor by surrounding inexpensive faux limestone tile with a border of fine marble.
When you put a very elegant, expensive material next to a very inexpensive material, it sort of brings the inexpensive material up.
He was also frugal about the cabinets.
The steel cabinets were prefabricated and sort of a budget item, and we enclosed them with custom lacquered cabinets.
Having open shelves stretched the budget even further. Steve likes how practical they are.
Yes, it's so easy to unload the dishwasher, put everything on the open shelf. I can see everything that we use daily. It's right there.
The living room is a great example of Philip's ability to mix eras and styles.
I love the juxtaposition of a very fussy traditional fabric on a very clean, sleek, geometric piece of furniture.
A traditional silver tray sits on a very contemporary lacquered piece.
The fussy things pull out the beauty of the simplicity of the simpler things, and the simpler things offset detail in other older things.
A foo dog sits at the base of the carved Chinese lamp from the 1920s. Color made upholstered pieces from Steve's old apartment feel new.
In the last apartment, the walls were sort of a light celadon, so we took that color in this apartment and put it into the drapery color.
The rich, deep brown color of the walls complement the drama of the art, including this Suzanne Opton photograph of an American soldier who served in Iraq.
his head is lying on the table, almost like an object, and to stand before it is so striking.
The more private rooms are to the right of the entry, starting with this cozy library where the owners can relax and enjoy their antiques and art.
We watch TV in here, and we read in here, and sometimes we have dinner in here.
One of Steve's favorite works of art is this digital photography piece by Jeremy Blake.
Jeremy is very well known for manipulating photographs, and this photograph has components of space as well as Los Angeles from the night sky, a garden, and they're all melded together.
This R. Crumb piece is an original cover of one of the famous author and illustrator's books. Steve had to wait 2 years to get it because it became part of a traveling Crumb exhibition. The library leads to the master suite. The bedroom is a soothing space for the owners and their dogs. Contemporary art is placed right next to antiques and Asian pieces. Roe Etheridge took these photographs in an abandoned orange grove.
The oranges are turning brown in some areas, although they're still hanging on the tree, and I think the colors are beautiful as they meld with the green leaves.
The bedroom is smaller than it was in the original apartment. Philip used some of the space to make a home gym for the owners.
With very busy lives now, we can come home and I can say, you know what, I have 30 minutes before I have to go back out, and I can hop on the treadmill and I can run.
Steve is proud of the work he and Philip did to transform the apartment without going too far.
We were able to go from apartment hunting with Philip to planning the apartment to decorating it, and they were always very respectful of our budget.
Number 10, Steve's dish collection. It's on shelves in the hidden pantry. Number 9, the exercise room in the master suite. Number 8, the open shelves in the kitchen. Number 7, the induction cooktop that was a pleasant surprise for the owner. Number 6, the kitchen floor that cleverly blends luxury and budget tile. Number 5, the 1920s Chinese carved wood lamps. Number 4, the curtains that bring new life to old favorites. Number 3, the hidden door in the entry room. Number 2, the furniture. There's everything from antiques to contemporary. And number 1, the impressive contemporary art collection. Steve loves every piece.
The phone number for Cambridge, Massachusetts-based America Dural is 617-661-4100, and the website is americadural.com. Coming up, antique reproduction furniture that has a story to tell. And we've got some beautiful examples of folk art. More in a moment.